subject is the history of animation. We will be joined by animation expert Beth Hills. So Beth, where did animation start?
Well, it started back in the 18th century when Belgian physicist Joseph Plateau invented the first phanenoscope. The phanenoscope consisted of two discs mounted on the same axis. The first disc had slots around the edge and the second contained drawing of successive action, drawn around the disc in concentric circles. A phanenoscope's discs spin together in the same direction. When viewed in a mirror, at the first disc, the picture on the second disc will appear to have moved. But Joseph Plateau was the first person to invent and demonstrate the illusion of a moving image.
Oh wow, that is interesting. So the zoetrope was influenced by this?
Yeah, in fact, William Horner was a British mathematician who invented the zoetrope. The zoetrope was the next step in the evolution of Joseph Plateau's the phanenoscope. The zoetrope was a cylinder with slits on the inside so you could look through and see what the images were moving in the circle when you look through these tiny little slits. This was done by drawing the image on the inside but changing it slightly to create different movements of different drawings, so it looked like a whole motion moving image. Yeah.
So that's how animation first started, but how has it developed to what it is now?
Done by developers such as Willis O'Brien and Ray Harryhausen. So O'Brien was an American motion picture special effects and stop motion animation pioneer. He was responsible for some of the best known images in cinema history, creating films such as The Lost World in 1925, King Kong 1933, which we now know as the newest one, but he created the first ever King Kong. Mighty Joe Young in 1949, for which he won the 1950 Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. And the other developer, Harryhausen was also a visual effects creator, but as well as that he was known as a writer and producer who worked alongside Willis O'Brien, the developer I mentioned. He helped on the 1949 film Mighty Joe Young. This probably was one of his most memorable works of animation. His animation and special effects have inspired numerous celebrities, including Tim Burton.
Wow, okay, so tell me more about Tim Burton.
Well, obviously everyone kind of knows who Tim Burton is, but yeah, Tim Burton is a worldwide animatic genius, basically. Taking the influence from Ray Harryhausen, he created many films from 1984 to present day. Most famously, Tim Burton is known for his animation The Night Before Christmas. Obviously, you probably know. But alongside that, he's made numerous animations, including The Corpse's Bride, Frankenweenie, and The Fox and the Hound.
So why was this film so famous?
Well, because of the quality, time, and effort they put into making this film, well, it was feature-length film animation. Obviously, it was such a big, the time was so big that the duration it lasted.
How many years did it take?
It took 2 years to make they started making it in 1991 and finished in 1993. So, it took them a lot of time and a lot of film crew, so I think there was over 120 workers working on this, utilising 20 sound stages for filming. Joe Ranft worked as a storyboard artist while Eric Layton was hired as the animation supervisor. In total there were 109,444 frames, which is a lot. The filmmakers constructed 227 puppets to represent the characters from the movie. They used wires on the inside of the plasticine to help them manoeuvre about, so obviously the plasticine didn't just fall off or anything. So yeah.
Wow. Whoa, Tim Burton seems like quite the animator. Is there anyone else who's significant to animation in more recent times?
Her name is Fodla Cronin O'Reilly. She's known most for her work on Head Over Heels in a 2012 film she made, kind of 10-minute motion picture animation. But she also created The Wind That Shakes the Barley. She's won 1 Oscar for Head Over Heels, using clay models for her characters in her animations. This is her most famous stop-motion picture short film. It is about a husband and wife who have grown apart. He lives on the floor and she lives on the ceiling. They eventually Well, they live separate lives, they never talk, barely even look at each other. But when the husband tries to like reignite their marriage, it brings their love crashing down. But eventually it's resulting in them having to try and fix their marriage. So,
So what other forms of animation are there?
well, animation is used in basically every media aspect in some way or another. But the most kind of well-known in media is probably people that do it in music videos and channel idents. Music videos, people mainly use them because they want to make their music video different, or like something that makes it creative or more fun, a bit different to like normal music videos. I think one of the most famously known ones is the song Her Morning Elegance by Orion Lavie.
I think we have a clip of that.
Sun been down for days, a pretty flower in a vase, a slipper by the fireplace, a cello light.
That video has been done by simply just moving objects on a bed while this girl was either sleeping, I'm not too sure, I think she was sleeping, she's on the bed. I think this is effective because it's so much different to like mainstream music videos, and it's not all about channel, it's not all about like the person in charge, it's more like, yeah. But no, channel idents are something we'd associate TV with, like a channel. So what you really want to make like a good example of one is probably to have it so people would, if they hear it, if they see it, they're that's a sky, that's E4, that's anything.